like to start off by putting everyone in a situation that you could maybe relate to. I'd like you to imagine having your house foreclosed on and not knowing what to do. Or maybe being the victim of domestic abuse and have no legal access to a lawyer to be separated from an abusive spouse, or have to go through court without being able to afford an attorney or any access to justice. The term access to justice describes the ability of any person, regardless of income, to use the legal system to advocate for themselves and their interests. My name is Juan N, and today I'll be talking to you about the Texas Access to Justice Foundation and how you could. I'll talk a little bit about the history about it, how you could volunteer, and my role. Just to set some ground rules, I'd like everyone to turn off their cell phones, and if you have a question at any time, feel free to just go ahead and raise your hand and I'll get to it as soon as possible. So some history about the foundation. It started in 1984 by the Supreme Court, and the first assignment it got was to run the Interest of Lawyers Trust Account, which is a fund that pays lawyers to take care of civil rights for Texans of low income, so that they don't have to worry about how they will pay the lawyers, and lawyers don't have to worry about if they were going to get paid or not. They could just focus on like getting through their situation. So after a while, the foundation grew, and now they grant millions of dollars to approximately 30 orgs within Texas that offer free civil legal assistance to low-income Texans statewide. And the foundation is the leading funder of legal aid in Texas, and the organization is committed to the vision that all Texans will have equal access to justice, again, regardless to their income. Some of the main organizations, I guess, that we fund is the Interest of Lawyers Trust Accounts, the Basic Civil Legal Services, and Crime Victim Civil Legal Services. So my role in the organization, I started off as a volunteer about a year ago, and it transitioned into a part-time internship. But what I'm doing right now is interning in the accounting department. So what I'm doing is, looking at the budgets, seeing if these organizations need like more money, and like how much money is actually being used. And I recently completed a budget for about $27 million to go to different organizations around Texas. So, yeah. Again, the company is based on an ideology of compassion and empathy towards fellow Texans who are of low income and have very limited access to or resources to legal aid or help in civil matters. And the foundation is always looking for volunteers. During Hurricane Harvey, that was a catastrophe. We had a relief effort, but with a food drive, we're constantly looking for volunteers who wouldn't mind being on like an email list, who, if in an event of something like that to happen again, we could email them out. They could come in, help with the food drive. And we're constantly looking for, I guess, more of like students and professionals to take on more of like an academic role, volunteering in the organization. We have a lot of political science students who would come in and write maybe a little bit of policy for us, and we'd ask them to maybe commit to a longer time frame of volunteering, maybe 10 hours a week or so for a semester. And that's how you could get involved within the company. So to recap, I'd like to recap today. I talked about a little bit about the history of the Access to Justice Foundation, my role within the company, and how you can volunteer. Do you have any questions?